And welcome to the second episode of OK Takes. I am Matt, joined by my co-host Edward, and it's official. AJ Titties is the greatest luck charm in sports history. Suns win in 6, they're on to the finals. CP3 going to his first finals. And then, so we're going to talk all of that. Paul George, playoff P it's interesting territory. We're in a very interesting territory right now. So then we're going to hop on some Bucks-Hawks talk. Not going to talk about this series too much. And then focus on the Dodgers' 5-game win streak. They just took 2 from the Giants in a quick little sweep. Got the broomsticks out, put them back in. Very, very clean process. Cut dry. And we're just going to talk about Max Muncy pretty much owning them. Doesn't matter, like, that guy's on fire right now. It's great to see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'll let you start the Clips Suns talk. Where do you want to begin with it?
I want to start first of all by saying it's nice to see Chris Paul finally reaching an NBA Finals. Love him or hate him, he's a transcendent player, so that's cool. But I want to start with Pandemic P, because the biggest thing for me was it was just a lack of aggression. He just looked like he didn't want it. Like, he was out there, he was just there. He was just one of the guys. Like, he just wasn't, he did not look like he wanted to win this game. I don't know if you got that from him as well, but the superstars, no matter what the score is, no matter what the series, is, whether it's 3-2, 3-1, 3-0, the real superstars of the game are always going to fight, and he was just a bystander.
Mm-hmm. It was kind of strange watching the game take place because it was really back and forth first quarter, and then pretty much halfway through the second quarter, Suns go up, and that was it. That was when the game was won. Was halfway through the second quarter. The Clips never caught up, and I don't want to. I think saying he was unaggressive and tired and didn't want to win, I think that's kind of a tired take, to be honest. So I'm not too much on your side right there. But what I will say, though, is the fourth quarter, I don't want to say, like, not wanting to win and not being aggressive, but just some guys don't have takeover ability. He does not have takeover game.
And I guess that's what I mean when I say, like, a lack of aggression.
Okay.
It's more of, like, where's that killer instinct? And even that's kind of a tired thing to say. I hear the term killer instinct in sports talk more than any other term. But it's true to a certain extent. He's not the type of guy that's going to come out and just kill you and be like, I'm here, I'm going to shut you down and win this game. You know who that is for the Clippers? Mm-hmm. That's Kawhi Leonard.
Reggie Jackson.
yeah, my bad, Reggie Jackson. But that's more of what I mean. And I guess early on, though, I still his head wasn't in the game. But yeah, in the fourth quarter, it's more of like a where's the killer instinct for me.
Yeah, and that's what we've seen consistently. Like, this is where, like, playoff P really, really caught wind, and from there off to the races with all the narrative talk, because he called, like, and there's a lot of things that are being said about Paul George right now, especially after the 41-point game, where it's like, why does anybody hate on him? Why is the media turned against him? Why has he become this evil man? Why has he become the dictator of the NBA? And it's like, look at the past. Look at the past. He's had 14 games shooting below 25%. Yes, he will drop 40, but that was a game where the Clippers were in control for majority of it. So the Paul George hate is warranted because
Absolutely.
he has not been able to get over the hump. He has not made it to a finals. He has not pushed a team, put a team on his back, and got them there. And that's what gets you LeBron, Kobe status. Yeah. So people really don't have much to hate on you for. Well, we can still hate on LeBron. But pretty much where I'm going with this is that, yes, for situations like this, hate is warranted. He only made 2 shots in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Hate is warranted.
And how many did he attempt?
Hate should
how
be
many
warranted.
shots did he attempt?
Not much. I think it was 3
Yeah,
or 4.
see, and that's another thing. If he makes 2 shots and he shoots 12, then sure, like, wow, he sucked. But at least I know that he was trying, and the aggression was there, and the will was there. He just wasn't hitting his shots. But to come out and only shoot 3 or 4 shots in the fourth quarter of a win or go home Western Conference Finals game, it's like, what the hell, man? Like, what, like I don't get it with him. I don't understand the mind of Paul George, and maybe I'm not supposed to.
Yeah, and this is where we are with Paul George, is that he has a great moments, like 41 points game 5. That was incredible. That was him having an okay, pretty solid first half, turning it on, boom. So like that killer instinct we're talking about that we wanted to see tonight, that was there in the third quarter of game 5. He was electric. Pull up. I mean, like you said, crossed up Chris Paul, crossed them back into New Orleans. That's what we love. Like that's, as a fan, that's what we love to see. That's, we're like, okay, we can get on your side. We'll ride this with you. We will do this. We will go on this journey with you and defend you at all costs on Twitter. But games like today, kind of hard to do that.
Yeah.
I don't want it for me to come off as like I'm sitting outside Staples putting bees in his car, like I'm Dwight Schrute. But I will say though, if Paul George and I are in a car and I'm driving and he asked me to throw a song on aux, I'll be like, okay, yeah, I'll throw it on, and just never act like I'm putting on a song when in reality it's just something I already want to play. And never play the song. So that's how it is. I'm just never gonna like him that much to throw a song he wants on the aux that I don't already want to hear. And I want to go back to some CP3 talk, because killer instinct. I think that's probably the theme of tonight, of like comparing what went wrong, what went right. Paul George, 3 or 4 shots. Chris Paul enters the game when it was like 89-82 in the third quarter. The Clippers go on a crazy 10-0 run. You're like, wait, what the hell? Is this going to be another Jazz Game 6? Are they going to have a huge comeback? The Staples is rocking. And nope, Chris Paul slams the door shut. Comes in, like I said earlier, they're down 7, scores 27 of the last 35 points for the Suns.
My goodness. Didn't he go on an 8-0 run by himself? Like right after that little spurt by the Clippers. I'm pretty sure he went on a solo like 8-0 run to kind of say like, no, this is it for you. Back off.
Yeah. And two more things I want to cover for Clips Suns before we move on to Bucks Hawks is Pat Bev and Steve Ballmer. I love Pat Bev.
I can't get behind you.
Who cares?
I can't. State your case for Patrick Beverley right now.
This is my case. Pat Bev is the $1 Million Baby with the movie with Hilary Swank. So he is Maggie. He's gonna get there he's gonna get in the gym early. He's gonna be there when nobody wants to train him, just sitting at the punching bag from 7 a.m. or when he gets off a really like he's a waiter at a really shitty steak at a really shitty like diner, and has to package up steak to go home, feed himself, works in the gym from 9 p.m. to 5:30 a.m. But he has the dickhead side of like the last fight where she gets sucker punched into becoming a vegetable. That's the duality of man. That's the duality of Pat Bev. Works hard, but he'll sucker punch someone into being a vegetable.
Yeah, I mean.
So I like obviously the Hilary Swank side of him, but not so much a dirty side. So he's gonna give you buckets, and every time he does something, he will let you know. And his whole game is just pissing you off.
Yeah.
So I love that. I love guys who are.
I like that too. I don't see the same quality that I see in Draymond Green. When you texted me how much you love Patrick Beverley, I immediately replied with, he's just a shorter version of and less quality version of Draymond Green. I've always been a Draymond guy. Ask anyone. I've always been a Draymond guy. I love the aggressive, defensive type players who are just gonna throw their body at you and they don't care about the foul. Like the Bill Laimbeer Bad Boy Pistons.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna throw their body at Michael Jordan to stop him from scoring. That's how Draymond is, and I love players like that. Patrick Beverley's that like voice, and he's just like that ringing in your ear that won't go away, and you're just like stop, like no, nobody wants you here.
And he's entertaining as hell. He's entertaining as hell. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows which buttons to push.
He's everything he does is calculated. I totally agree. Everything Patrick Beverley does, he knows what he's doing.
He's the Joker, but it's like the Joaquin Phoenix version of the Joker.
Less good.
Where he's really good
less
at
good.
Yeah, so I mean, he's really tactical, so he has all the plans that the Joker has in Dark Knight, but he executes them like the Joaquin Phoenix one.
Yeah, God.
Like, he executes them like Murray.
That movie.
And then Steve Ballmer, who is now officially my favorite executive in sports. And I think he's, and I've said this last episode, but my favorite player on the Clippers besides Pat Bev. So, like I said earlier, so Clips, and I even tweeted it from the account, the Suns were up like 89-72 or 89-71 with like 4 or 5 minutes left in the third quarter. And I'm like, ooh, look what's happening. Look what's happening. They go on a 10-0 run. And at the end of the 10-0 run, Steve Ballmer is jumping up and down and grabbing the guys next to him balls. Like, he's just handcuffing balls.
It was weird.
And he couldn't stop. I've never seen a man lose his mind so much that he just forgets how to high five. Like, can you imagine him being with Bill Gates? Like, do you think he ever did that to good old Bill? Do you think he's ever just scooping nuts in the middle of like
thigh rub to Bill Gates?
In the middle of a meeting, like they land $1 billion deal. Like, do you think when they announced the Xbox, he's just throwing dudes left and right?
Yeah, Steve Ballmer clearly needs a little bit of like teaching on where to touch a guy when you're celebrating something. A hug is totally fine. High fives, fist bumps are fine. Don't grab his leg. Don't.
Hey, buddy, do you know what month it is?
Yeah.
Really? You don't sound woke because I think this is the new wave. I think when it's Pride Month, you're allowed to grow.
Yeah, you know what? You're right.
You're allowed
I'm
to
sorry.
grow.
I'm sorry. You're right.
You're allowed to scoop some sack. All right, so now we're gonna go over to Bucks Hawks. So I'll let you start with this one as well.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw Giannis go down and when I saw the replays, I was like, this guy's gonna miss a long time. Mm-hmm. And thankfully, he walked off the court by himself, came back to the bench, didn't play obviously, but he came back to the bench. But I mean, that injuries aside, from the jump, the Hawks were in control the whole game. And I tweeted out it was like 15-5, and like Lou Williams had half their points. It was like an electric start for the Hawks. And from that point, I was like, yeah, the Bucks didn't come ready. And then the counting down at the free throw line and airball. He airballed like 5 free throws in what felt like a span of 5 minutes. And like it was just the Hawks just outplayed them in every facet of the game, even with Giannis on the court.
Yeah. I guess I want to start with, I want to jump back to Giannis' injury. And I thought his bones were made of rubber. That's how far back his knee went. Like when he landed, I didn't know it was possible for somebody's knee to do that and then not come flying out. Like have it not come apart like he's Joe Namath. Or Joe Theismann, not Namath.
Alex Smith.
Yeah, like he's Joe Theismann. Yeah, or Kevin Ware.
Oh God,
and you name it. I thought I was gonna see bone marrow.
Ugh.
So that was scary. You know what it kind of looked like? Remember the Travis Scott shot at the celebrity basketball game where everybody was making jokes that his bones were flexible? That's what Giannis' knees were like.
Yeah.
That. I don't know how he's able to do that and then walk, and then I'm glad to see that nothing happened. It seems like nothing that was that serious, but you could still tear your ACL and then play on it. Mm-hmm. Like you could, like Thomas Davis from the Panthers, he played on like 3 ACL, he played on an ACL tear on the same one he tore 2 consecutive times, 2 seasons in a row. So it's incredible what you could do as an athlete. Or what you could be injured with as an athlete and still come back and walk off. So I thought it was just kind of funny. Reggie being like, oh, he's all good. Well, I've seen Derrick Rose walk off and then miss a year. Free throw. So one getting off to awful starts, and then that's kind of just set the tone. They only scored 6 points the first 6 minutes of the game, so that's not good. I mean, when you're playing in State Farm Arena, a team who's not been good historically, fans are dying to erase a playoff curse. They're going to come rocking, and you show up, and then you don't show up, and then that'll be it to begin the game. Going back to just guys not playing well, you can't win a game if Bobby Portis has more threes than Chris Middleton.
No, you can't.
No, it's not going to happen. So that was my big takeaway from the game, was like, well, Chris Middleton, whatever happened in the fourth quarter of the game before, I don't think we'll see that again. So he was unconscious, definitely unconscious, and then came back to life. So he got the Jackie Moon smelling salts in the locker room, and now he's back to Chris Middleton.
Yeah.
The Giannis free throws, he was so scared of doing anything close to the rim because he doesn't want to go to the line. And what made that moment even better is that his first free throw attempts came in the second quarter. Like 9-10 minutes to go in the second quarter. And you can't airball. That was it. Especially because the first free throw came on an and one. You can't airball that free throw.
No, you can't.
It's just gonna get worse. So I feel bad for the Bucks. It doesn't look like they're coming away with it. Talk about flip flopping.
I mean, literally, we just said it was over, and now it's over for the. I mean, it was over for the Hawks. Now we're saying it might be over for the Bucks. Mm-hmm. I'm starting to think the Suns are gonna win the finals.
Yeah. So we'll do we might just do a finals recap episode one day, just to lay everything out for you guys and get you all the storylines you need. An
NBA Finals dedicated episode.
Yeah. You need water cooler talk, we are there for you. You need to argue with a random coworker, we're there for you. Argue with the guy who, the cashier at AMPM, we are there for you. So now we're going to end the episode with a little bit of Dodgers-Giants talk, and we are in a great place. I love where we are. I love where the Dodgers are at. So we are officially 1.5 games back from first place, and we're on a 5-game win streak. So a couple stats to get some Dodger talk started. Buehler is now 8-1 with a 2.38 ERA. Kenley Jansen ends June 8 for 8 in saves, a 0 ERA, and Muncy has a .418 on base percentage.
He also has 7 home runs in 9 games against the Giants this season.
A killer.
An absolute killer.
Murderer.
If I'm the Giants and I'm playing Muncy, do I intentionally walk him every time he comes up? It's getting to that point where he is just a machine against the Giants. I was watching the Dodgers went live on Instagram before the game, and it was Justin Turner and Muncy promoting All-Star voting, and they asked who his favorite team to play against was, and he just said the Giants. Muncy had no hesitation. He just said it's the Giants. And I was like, yeah, I mean, when you homer at basically every game you play against them, they'd be my favorite team too to play against. So shout out to Muncy.
Yeah, 15 home runs in 44 games in his career against them. So you're guaranteed a home run a series.
Yeah.
And this year especially, so this year in 9 games, he's hitting .345, 7 home runs, and on base plus slugging of 1.545. He's literally either going to hit a home run or walk. That's pretty much what those numbers mean. Or a double. He's either going to double, home run, hit a ball 3/4 up the right field pavilion, or walk. Mm-hmm. And he's doing that incredible performance he had on Tuesday night. He's doing it on the go get it out of the. What's the verbatim what he told Bumgarner? Because I don't want to ruin.
Go get it out of the ocean.
I thought he threw an F-bomb.
He said, I'm pretty sure he said, if you don't something about I don't know if there was an F-bomb in there, but I know for a fact that the punchline of it was, go get it out of the ocean. And I can't remember if he said, if you don't like it, well, you can go get it out of the ocean, or what exactly came before that. I just know that it
I-
was
yeah.
obviously against Bumgarner and the Giants.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was go fucking get it out of the ocean or go get it out of the fucking ocean. I wanted.
Maybe there
Yeah,
was an
so I
F-bomb
didn't
in
know.
there, and Dodgers, Dodger fans and like Twitter
Well,
accounts have
obviously.
censored it, but I don't think
Yeah.
there was an F-bomb
Mhm.
in the live quote.
Okay. Yeah, so the biggest difference, because we're on a hot streak, like this is incredible compared to where we're at last week. And the biggest difference that I saw between the 4-game losing streak and the 5-game winning streak is that pretty much every game was nearly won the first third of
Exactly.
it. So like the run differential, the first third of during the 4-game losing streak was -9. 5-game winning streak run differential, the first third of the game was +13. So you get off to a good start, you win.
Yeah, I mean, I said starting pitching also has been, obviously that plays into run differential. I mean, in San Diego, the Padres had a home run in the first inning, it feels like every game. And they were multi-run home runs to go with it. So that sucked. And then you come into the 4-game winning streak now, and the starting pitching is going 6-7 innings deep, 1 run allowed maybe, and it's like, whoa, this is how you win games. I never would have imagined that.
So we are going to wrap up with some interesting stats about the Giants. I don't know. We don't want to claim they're cheating.
We're not trying to
the
start
evidence.
any beef. We just want to get the information out there.
It's hard to say. Because Lamonte Wade, who I believe homered off of Bueller or Bauer. Did he homer the first or second game?
First game, because the second game they got their run off a double, I'm pretty sure.
That's what it was. Okay, yeah. So Lamonte Wade homers off of Bauer first game of the series. And come to find out, in 31 games this year, not crazy numbers, but he's slugging for 500 and has 6 home runs. His first 2, so he played in for the Minnesota Twins 2020, 2019. In 42 games, he hit .214, had a .342 slugging, and had 2 home runs. In 42 games, 31 games, 6 home runs. Steven Duggar, for example, in 2020, hit 176, had an on-base percentage of .222. Now he's hitting .320, and his on-base percentage is around like .350, .360. Some very interesting things are going on. Like Buster Posey's having a resurgence.
Yeah, Brandon Crawford
He's hitting-
also.
Yeah.
I don't want to say, like, do they are?
Okay,
do you
so
think
what's your-
they're using
okay.
trash cans, or like what are they using? Like,
I don't know. That was my question to you because I really wanted to claim they're cheating, but I couldn't think of anything.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think we'll need that. Who was that one guy on Twitter who tried to come out and say like every team cheated? He came.
Oh, Ryan Spader.
We just need Ryan Spader to get to the bottom of it.
Okay. All right. He'll know. He'll know what to do. He'll know what to do. They're either way they're cheating.
No, but
doesn't
yeah,
matter.
they're genuinely cheating. Yeah.
Yeah. Buster Posey shouldn't be hitting. She shouldn't be putting Mike Piazza in his prime
No.
numbers. There's no way that should be happening. None.
I didn't know who
No.
Lamont, or how do you say his name, Lamonte Wade or whatever. I didn't know who that guy
Yeah.
was until this year. Like, and I don't
Same.
think
I saw
anyone knew
yeah.
who he was. Giants fans probably didn't know who he was until this year.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a tweet that said if Lamont, it was I forget the order, but if Lamonte Wade, Steven Duggar, and Donovan Solano walked up to me in public and punched me in the face, I would have thought it was a random pedestrian.
Exactly.
Yeah, honestly, if I was in San Francisco and I was going to get Chinese food in like Chinatown, if I was going to get some pho or whatever, and those guys were sitting at the table across from me,
Wouldn't
no
bat
idea.
an eye.
Nope.
Not a chance.
None. I would have chameleon
Yep.
eyes. I would look like Bobby Portis. What a-
Yeah, wouldn't know him from Adam.
All right. So that wraps up episode 2. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We talked we just wrapped up some Dodgers Giants. Dodgers on a 5-game winning streak. Clips Suns. Suns in 6. possibly going to be Suns in 4.
Could
Hopefully
be back.
that will be, yeah. That will I hope hopefully it becomes prophetic. Then we're gonna talk, and then we talk some Bucks Hawks. It looks like we're completely flip flop. Snip snap, snip snap. Snip, snap. That's that. Yeah. So we're ending with that, and thank you guys so much for joining us. It was an awesome episode. Glad you guys got to be along the ride for it. So you can follow Edward on his Instagram, Twitter at Edward
For the best
Bento.
soccer analysis on Twitter.
And that was Talking Soccer.
Yep.
And then you can follow myself on Instagram and Twitter at MattWarner20. But who cares about the soccer? Who cares about seeing me for my dumb tweets? Please follow OK Takes. So you could find us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter at OK Takes Pod. OKAY Takes Pod. Just one click, help us tremendously, and we might make your day. We might. There's a slight chance. It's like
62% chance we make your day.
Okay, that's high. That's really high, actually. It's way too high.
61.
Whatever, like, Paul George shooting percentage against the Nuggets. That's the last year in the playoffs. That's the chances. That's where I'm at. But look, work our way up, and then eventually disappoint again.
Because we're just okay.
Just okay. Just okay. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and have a wonderful day.